Hey guys, it's Brandon, your GTA home guy. What are we going to talk about today? Buyer representation agreements. What was that? With buyer representation agreements, well, I really do believe in them wholeheartedly. They have to be issued by the right person. Does that make sense? I mean, we all know people work at different qualities. There are different calibers of people in every workforce. Your workforce, there's that one dude who you're like, seriously, just stop texting for 1 minute and do your damn job. You don't want to get stuck with somebody who is like that in this profession. 3 things you need to remember with a buyer representation agreement in the province of Ontario. You have no way out. Yeah, that's right. You're hitched to that agent for better or worse. So better pick the right one. If there's no way out of a buyer representation agreement, why do most agents try and force it on you as quick and early as they can? That's like somebody saying, hey, this first date's going awesome. Are you okay for the 12th? For our wedding? Or you'd be like, oh my gosh, quick, help me, get me out of this trunk. As consumers, you need to say, no, I'm not going to sign anything until you prove that you're in this to help me and that you can do the job well. Are they going to work hard for you? You don't know that. You don't know it until you see what kind of style they have. You may be responsible for paying a deficiency in commission. I thought that was covered by the sellers. Now it's you, sucker. There are plenty of reasons why you might have to pay a deficiency in a buyer representation agreement situation. First off, if the seller's not willing to pay. Second, if there's not enough money left for the seller to pay. Third, private sale or a com-free that's listed on MLS but isn't offering to pay commission, that may make you have to pay. Next, there's also been cases where there's been a deficiency in commission because the buyer couldn't close. Financing got pulled because they didn't do their proper process and the buyer can't close. Now you've got no home, you've got legal litigation from the seller possibly, and you've got your agent, the one who is on your side, chasing you for commission. Think about that. There could be a deficiency in the amount paid by the seller. Maybe the seller's only offering 2% and your buyer representation agreement says that your agent will get paid 3%. Now the commission statement is there to tell you exactly what the buyer agent is allowed to get paid. Well, the sentence right under it says if there's any deficiency between this amount and the amount, if any, to be paid by the seller or the listing brokerage, that you're liable for it. How does that work? Well, it says 2.5% or 3% in the buyer representation agreement, but the seller only pays 2%. What then? Well, you're liable for that other half or 1%. Now, a lot of agents won't chase you for that, but you could receive a bill after the sale is closed for 0.5%, 1%, whatever the deficiency was. Next thing is that there is no standard level of service required from the realtor. Why is that a big danger? Well, geez, what's the number one complaint that everyone has about realtors? Realtors, they're just greedy. They're lazy, so it all comes down to bad service. There's just one sentence in the whole buyer representation agreement for Ontario that tells the brokerage what they have to do. They have to endeavor to secure a property as herein mentioned. That sounds kind of vague. That sounds like you're not going to get the level of service that you've been promised, right? Right. You're left hanging. Cool. You have to do all the work. Why? Because it's important to you. You need to know this because it's stressing you out. Why aren't they doing it for you? Why aren't they helping you with this? Why aren't they illuminating the path to make sure that you're well protected? No wonder people want to do this on their own. It's because a lot of agents do not have the capability or knowledge or know-how or experience to actually do very well for you. What services do they even provide? Make sure your agent has some sort of basic service agreement, something that they will not vary from. They will give you a buyer consultation. They'll give you a cost breakdown. They'll give you an action plan to go forward. Things that you need to have success in this process, not just, oh, well, yeah, you know, we'll wing it. Yeah, whatever you want, man, whatever you want. Here, just sign this. The last time that happened, you ended up with a furnace contract. Do they have a service commitment in writing? Because if they don't, there is zero chance that you will get exactly what they're promising. The amount of times salespeople have promised that they'll do something or promised how good they're going to be, why the hell is it not in writing? Why? If it's in writing, you can sue them if they don't do it. Yeah, that's right. They don't want extra liability. They don't want to be held to you to actually do their job. Oh my goodness. Make sure you get it in writing. If it's important to you, always, always, always get it in writing. If there's something I feel should be in writing, I just say, I am going to put this in writing so that you have the confidence going forward. That sort of thinking is what you need from a real estate agent. Somebody who says, no, you don't have to ask me if we can put this in writing. It's going to be in writing because I said it, and that makes it officially true and legally enforceable. Ethics. If I say it, I'm going to do it, and I don't mind reducing that to writing. The people who will mind are the people who are liars. There is no set standard. That's a big, big, big problem for consumers. I'll do whatever they ask me to and, try and be helpful and all that sort of thing. They don't have a method or any sort of standard business practice. They just do it and hope for the best. Why is that negative for you? Well, think about it. If your mechanic just wings it, and they're just like, oh, well, I'll poke around, do, and then it's like, oh, wait, I just took my car to make sure everything was fine before this big road trip, but, oh, this broke down or that happened. Why? My mechanic just checked it. Yeah, but if they don't have an inspection checklist, some sort of process that they continuously go through and put everything through so that it is done thoroughly and professionally, things are gonna get missed. Yeah, no, but they've been doing it a long time, so they know, and we just gotta trust them and whatever. It's like, yeah, I've been driving for a long time, but I don't close my eyes and go by feel. No, I have to stay alert. I have to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. How do I do that? I stay on track by having checklists and big processes built out from 15 years of experience that show this is exactly what we need to do. Because the process can be catered to you, which is great, and what you're hoping for if somebody's winging it. But don't let the process being catered to you be a guise for who the hell knows what's going to happen. Let's just take it as it comes, huh? Right? You need somebody who's going to do really well for you. Don't sign a BRA until you know that this person is that person for you. If you have any questions, reach out at any time. It's always GTAHomeGuy on any social. Look me up. I'll check you there. Just waiting because there's somebody right beside me. And they might be like, oh my gosh, she's such a freaking weirdo.